Hello, this is Miss Williams, and I'm going to be covering subject and verb agreement, now with antecedents and pronouns. Let's start with some review. The subject is who or what the sentence is about. The verb is the action in the sentence. So if I have this sentence, the manager of the store ordered others around. What's the subject and what's the verb? So the subject is the manager. The manager is what's doing the action. What's the action or the verb? The manager is ordered. Now, this is important to remember. Sometimes it gets tricky because we see the store. So when the sentence gets more complicated, sometimes we want to select the subject that's in the prepositional phrase. However, that's wrong. Anything that comes after of is most likely going to be in a prepositional phrase and it will not contain the subject. A singular subject needs to have a singular verb. They have to match. Nathan speaks to the students. Nathan is the subject, speaks is the verb. Nathan is singular, therefore speaks is also singular. Likewise, a plural subject needs to have a plural verb. Many students at Fistler School make video projects. Right away, I notice of, and I do not concentrate on what immediately follows of because that's the start of a prepositional phrase. So what's my subject? The students. The verb is make. Now, you'll notice in both of these example sentences that either the subject or the verb will contain an S at the end. This is a good trick to remember. To check if you have a verb that matches the subject, take a look. Let's start with the first example, Nathan. Nathan is singular because it does not have an S at the end. But if I check my verb, I know this is singular because it has an S at the end. Together, Nathan and speaks have only one S at the end. I can do the same for the second sentence. Students and make. Let's take a look. My subject is students and it's plural because it has an S at the end. I know make is also plural because it does not have an S. Together, the students and make, together they only have one S at the end. The rule is the subject and the verb can only have one S at the end. Okay, let's move on. Antecedents and pronouns. A pronoun replaces a name in a sentence. The antecedent is what the pronoun refers to, usually a name. For example, if I have this sentence here, President Lincoln wrote his speech in 1863. The pronoun is his. Now, that's usually the easy part. What's the tricky part is the antecedent, or just even remembering the word antecedent. What is the pronoun his referring to? It's referring to President Lincoln. It's going back to the name. Here are some rules to remember. Like subject and verb, if it's a singular antecedent, it must also have a singular pronoun. However, since this is a pronoun and it's replacing a name or a subject, if it's a masculine antecedent, it must also have a masculine pronoun. And if it's a feminine antecedent, it must have a feminine pronoun. If I give you this sentence, Hannah ate his cookie during lunch. This sounds wrong, but why does it sound wrong? Well, let's check. Hannah is singular. The pronoun also has to be singular, his. Well, that is singular. But what goes wrong is the second part. Hannah is feminine and his is masculine. So it's breaking the rule. That's why it sounds funny. So it should read as Hannah ate her cookie during lunch. Her is feminine, Hannah is feminine. Okay, go ahead, try it. Fix a pronoun in each sentence. Kristen wrote his essay on slavery. Kristen is singular. His is also singular. That's not where it went wrong. Kristen is feminine. His is masculine. It should read as, Kristen wrote her essay on slavery. Let's try another one. James doesn't like to present its videos. In this sentence, the pronoun is its. The antecedent is James. Let's remember the rules. James is singular. Its is also singular. So that's not where it's going wrong. James is masculine. Its is neutral. It should read as, James doesn't like to present his videos. The students enjoy making his poster projects. Try it, please. Okay, the pronoun is his. The antecedent is students. Let's try the first rule. Students is plural. His is singular. So we need to fix it to make sure that his is transformed into plural. The students enjoy making their poster projects. And this is a special rule. Subjects or antecedents can be either singular or plural, joined by and will have a plural pronoun. The director and the actor made their movie. So if I take a look at the antecedents, director, actor, both are singular. However, the pronoun needs to be plural because a singular subject and a singular subject makes a plural subject. So director, actor, even though they're both singular, the pronoun is going to be plural. 1 plus 1 equals 2, or more than 1, plural. The directors and the actors made their movie. Directors is plural, actors is plural, therefore the pronoun needs to be plural. So directors, actors, we don't really have to use the math rule here, but anything, any plural joined by another plural is obviously going to be plural, so there. So remember the rule and, doesn't matter if it's singular or plural, the pronoun needs to be plural. Or nor. Subjects or antecedents joined by or nor will have a pronoun that agrees in number and gender with the antecedent closest to the verb. So this is where it can get very tricky. Let's take a look. Either Agnes or Jennifer will bring her cookies. For this rule, I focus in on the verb first. Will bring. Next, I find the subject that is closest to will bring, Jennifer. So I make my pronoun her match Jennifer. It just so happens that it can also match Agnes, but that doesn't matter. To tell, I'm going to focus in only on the subject or antecedent that is closest to the verb. Neither the students nor the teachers want to edit their essays. I see nor in there. So I'm first going to find the verb, want. I then focus on the subject closest to want, teachers. I make the pronoun fit with teachers. There. Now, here's where it can get tricky. Either Mrs. Lai or her daughters will bring their cookies to the party. I first identify the verb, will bring. I focus in on the subject closest to the verb, daughters. So I make daughters fit with the pronoun, their. Daughters is plural, their is plural. It does not matter that Mrs. Lai is singular. It does not matter at all. I'm only going to focus on daughters. Now Now if I switch, I also have to switch the pronoun. Either the daughters or Mrs. Lai will bring her cookies to the party. I find the verb, will bring. I focus in on the subject closest to the verb, Mrs. Lai. I make the pronoun match, Mrs. Lai. So Mrs. Lai is singular, her is singular. Mrs. Lai is feminine, her is also feminine. Okay, go ahead, try it. Fill in the blank with the correct pronoun. Either Sadia or her sisters will write blank essay. Okay, for this I'm going to focus in on the verb because I see the keyword or. The verb is will, write. I focus in on the subject closest to will write, sisters. Sisters is plural, so our pronoun is also plural. Try this one. Neither Hank nor Kevin was prepared to present blank video project. Okay, I'm going to focus in on the verb because I see the keyword nor. Was prepared. I find the subject closest to was prepared, Kevin. Kevin is singular, my pronoun needs to be singular. Kevin's masculine, my pronoun needs to be masculine, his. Either the sons or the father will cook blank dinner tonight. I see the keyword or. I'm going to focus in on the verb, will cook. I find the subject closest to will cook, father. Father is singular, my pronoun needs to be singular. Father's masculine, my pronoun needs to be masculine, his. And there you have it. You now know the rules for subject-verb agreement, what antecedent is, what a pronoun is, and how they also need to match, and the special cases of and, or, and nor.